Oh, nice. Got the little notification there. Live on Facebook. Nice. So Eric, let me know when you want to start. But back to the autograph thing for 5 seconds. Yeah.
I think we're good. I think we're
Yeah.
live. So
Okay, cool.
we'll just jump right on in and get going for
That's fine.
our first ever live episode. So hello and welcome to Centerpiece Cardcast, your one-stop podcast shop for all things hockey cards. My name is Eric Andrews, also known in the hobby as Hammerhawks, and I'm joined by my co-host and fellow hobbyist Aaron Goldstein, better known as Crease Collector. And also joining us is the one and only Gregg Kohn, Vice President of Product Development with Leaf Trading Cards. Gregg, just starting off, when was the last time that you guys had snow in Texas? I mean, this is crazy, right?
Well, this snow is crazy. When I first moved to Texas in around 2014, we had a little bit of a snowstorm, not a big deal. But this, with temperatures falling below zero and how many inches, it's been, Texas isn't prepared for that, obviously. So we've had a lot of blackouts, water problems. A lot of people are having their pipes. I'm hoping our pipe doesn't burst here today. So it's just Texas isn't prepared for this. And that's the problem is, you go to some of the Midwest states, Chicago and, into Wisconsin, maybe they're more apt to handle this, but it's roads are shut down. Supermarkets are shut down. Everyone's not looting, but you can't find any food in a supermarket right now. Everyone's taking everything up frozen. So it's strange, but after today, by the weekend, we should start getting temperatures back above freezing and get a little bit back to normal, hopefully. Because I don't mind cold weather, but this is a little extreme for me.
Yeah, I think it's kind of that way for everybody right now. I know we've got over a foot right now in Indiana, and I'm sure, Aaron, you've got quite a bit yourself too.
Well, I'm in Canada, so just hearing you guys talk about the snow, it's just a day-to-day thing for us here. So, but hopefully you guys are okay. And I can only imagine like what's that is just like for all you guys and dealing with all that. But hopefully you guys are staying safe. Seriously.
So far, just hoping people are safe out there too. I know we've had some friend of mine that had no power for about 3 days now. My friend from Panini, you guys probably know Chris Barr.
Oh yeah.
He's been without power until today for 3 days.
Jeez.
So it's been a little bit strange, but yeah, rough.
Yeah. So anyway, a little chit chat, getting people some time to get on and watch. And if you guys are watching, feel free to comment on the live stream, and we'll try to give you a shout out or whatever. But transitioning kind of to the main part of the episode is focusing on the brand new 2020-21 Leaf in the Game Used. And obviously you guys know that we'll be opening a case live on the show. But just to start off, we wanted to ask Gregg some questions about the product, since he's the ultimate expert about the product, having built it himself. So Gregg, I guess the first question from me is, obviously in the Game Used is a product that's been around in the hockey card market for almost 20 years at this point. Sure. So with an established legacy like that, what was kind of your goal and your mindset for the product this year to stay in line with the brand?
Well, the goal every year is to keep the inserts, like the vintage inserts and some of the game gear that people have enjoyed for the last couple of years, and also try to introduce new inserts, something fresh to the look, new ideas. Maybe the captain's log this year, or center stage or something like that people might see as new. I think we added autos every box this year, which might be new. Usually in the past, it's been every third box or fourth box, let's say. So we want to do some autos, some more multi-sign this year. The Holy Grail, as most people will see, which contains almost every card's an eyelid, from the skate or a glove, all the way from anyone from Cheevers to Vesna. We wanted to update a little bit of the design looks, introduce some new designs and some new themes, but keep what made the product strong, which is 5 valuable cards that you get good value out of. And that's the goal always for the product, is to feel like, especially with how the market is now, with prices skyrocketing in wax and singles, to still give you value for your box. And that's always our goal.
Very cool. You mentioned a few of the insert sets. We'll get into a few of them in more detail, but can you walk us through a few of these sets that stick out to you, and what was the inspiration behind these sets?
Sure. Well, vintage, that's
of course
the driver behind this. And the vintage memorabilia, we adjusted a little bit this year. We listened to some feedback in the last couple of years with people saying maybe on that particular insert, don't do the 5 or 6 or 7 parallels. So we cut it down to basically just the silver and the gold. So there's only 2 versions this year. Vintage players are scattered throughout other inserts, but the main vintage insert is just going to have those 2 parallels. The jumbo memorabilia, which I thought was fun, made a point to call out what the memorabilia is on the front. Nice large swatches: jumbo skate, jumbo glove, jumbo trapper, jumbo pad, patch. As you'll see, some, not many, but a few players have 2 versions. I think Shanahan has a jumbo skate, jumbo patch, and I believe it's Gilbert. Gilles Gilbert has a jumbo skate and jumbo pad. So you'll see some fun stuff in there. The colors are beautiful on those. Those are well designed. And then probably the other insert that stood out a little bit for me would be, we just talked about a little bit, is the Holy Grail, which is new, which is the eyelet thing. I think it's just so, they're great looking cards. They're rare. Chosen few, if you guys, hopefully you guys would pull one or a Holy Grail. Or also the patches on that are fantastic. So those are the ones that probably stand out the most to me. You'll have fun with the, oh, you know what, one more I should probably mention is the once in a generation autograph. I think it's a beautiful autograph card. Features like Gordie Howe, Lemieux, Esposito in there, Bobby Hull, Hasek. It's a, nicer insert that's new to the product as well.
Very nice. Yeah. And you talked a little bit there about the vintage memorabilia insert, and, just kind of that's scaled back a little bit compared to previous years. And just to give people a kind of a reference point, I believe the vintage memorabilia insert set, whether that be single or multiplayer, falls one in every about 70% of the cases. So you're not even necessarily guaranteed to get a vintage memorabilia insert card. Not that, like you said, there's vintage stuff mixed throughout the product, but that
Right.
specific insert. Can you maybe just give a little bit of insight about what went into that decision to scale that back a little bit?
Well, 2 reasons. One is, like I mentioned, we wanted to keep the value from, too many parallels. And the second is because this stuff is irreplaceable. And we're, after, we've had in the game name for about 7 years, certain players are running low. So we have to keep, you'll notice some of the players in the set, usually it's numbered to 1 or 5. Some guys don't go as high as 5. Let's say Vezina or maybe Clint Benedict, who are running low on Jack Adams, some of the really old, pre-war vintage guys. So that goes into play as well. So to supplement not as much vintage in that insert, we put some other guys in, like you had mentioned, the captain's log has vintage. The Year to Remember has vintage. They're scattered throughout, but it was definitely for 2 reasons. 1, to give a little more value back to them, and 2 is because it's, we have to be scarce with our usage now.
Very cool. Yeah, the Vezina cards are definitely going to be very, very sought after. Hopefully we can pull one tonight, or Eric can pull one tonight. You mentioned a couple of those big names. As far as the checklist goes, can you share a little bit to our listeners about how you build the checklist and why they might see some, like I don't want to say bad, but those lesser known players in your products, and,
Sure.
and how that process goes?
Sure. Well, usually when I'm building a product, I might start with the themes first. Let's say we start with captain's log. I think, oh, that's a cool idea. I like that. So I'll go through each team, research their captains. And as you mentioned, you might find a team like Carolina or something, whose captain was Keith Primo for 1 year, but he fits the theme, and I'll use him in that. Or an insert like, let's say, a Year to Remember with a player who maybe didn't have an amazing career, but had an amazing season, use him in that. I like to theme out products because, like, as you probably well know, a player may not have been the biggest superstar, but someone collects them.
Of course.
And for me, like with Nathan Horton, who a user mentioned that he'd love to see some, so I put some really beautiful jumbo patches of him in the product this year. So when I'm building a product, I try to think about, obviously we're going to use Lemieux and the road doors and the Hows as often as possible. But I like to mix in some of the guys who maybe don't get as much use, because I get a lot of feedback and say, oh, I love you finally used this guy in this product or this guy in that product. So that goes into play. It's mostly how they fit into the theme of an insert, be it captain's log, or be it a Year to Remember, once in a generation, or the vintage inserts. The perfect example is the redraft insert, which you'll find a few in your cases, where a guy was drafted, maybe number 1 or 2, but he should have been drafted 6 or 5. I'll put him in 5 in that insert. That kind of fits into a fun theme, as you'll see there. Not everyone's going to agree with how I redrafted, but I did my best.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Like I love those themes that you put together over the years and seeing those interesting combos. It just for me, like while I might not collect that player personally, it just like it's so creative and I just really love that. And as you mentioned, I'm sure you have those emails where you hear those collectors and their feedback thinking, hey, thank you for putting this guy in your set. It definitely shows kind of the whole how big this hobby really is. And for any player, there's always a collector out there for him. So
Sure.
it's really cool to see that kind of come to life in your products.
That's the fun part's building the themes and doing some research. It's like I said in the past, hockey isn't natural to me. Growing up in the San Fernando Valley in California, and spending 10 years at Upper Deck doing all their football and baseball products. So it's been enjoyable to learn more about hockey and the history of hockey and reading up on it. And as the products mature, you'll see some more mature things and more things throughout the last 10 years as we've done it. So I think this one's gonna be nice. And after we do this, we could talk about, I've just actually started today because we're working from home with some of the storm, putting together superlative hockey for this coming year.
Nice.
So there'll be some fun stuff in that one too. So a little bit of a early shot on that one, but
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. It's interesting you mentioned Nathan Horton, because I know Josh Packham is watching right now, and he's the guy that collects Nathan Horton. So I know he's excited
Big Horton guy
about those jumbo memorabilia cards of him for
Right.
sure. So hoping I can get one for him tonight. We've been talking about that for weeks on end. That
would be cool.
Oh, what are you gonna pay me if you get this one, or whatever it might be. So hopefully that'll happen. I know we would both be really happy about that. Another thing that you kind of touched on a little bit, but something I wanted to focus on a little bit more. One thing I'm always curious to see for a new product that you guys put out is the designs that are used on the card. Can you just talk a little bit more about what went into the designs this year for In the Game Used, and maybe what some of the inspirations were for those?
Sure. Well, I'm a big fan of, in most of our products, of nice heavy foil usage, as you've probably seen. The one feedback I got in the past is maybe not so much on Lumber Kings because it's a stick, but so we took it off of that one and it works. But in this product, I like to have the designs with some foil use. And most of the time what will happen is I'll finish out building the themes of a product. The checklist is done. Then I'll work with my designers and say, okay, here's the inspiration. Here's what I want to see for the captain's log. A lot of times when you do, like when we do like the Fantastic franchise, which is an 8-player, there's not a lot of real estate on these cards once you've got 8 swatches and 8 images to do anything. So you're limited in design there. But like with the once in a generation autograph man, I wanted a darker look, and that's a black bordered card, which normally we wouldn't do too much because people worry about chipping. But I thought it's looked great. It really popped. The jumbo patch, even though most of the real estate in that card is taken up by memorabilia, the way that we did the foil and the design still pops. It looks really nice. So anytime I'm doing any kind of a design or insert passing the baton, you try to make the swatches look like little batons, or the redraft where we put it where you can see number 1, number 2, number 3 on the card where the redraft was. You're looking through it. Sometimes we'll get a design and we'll go through it and say, no, this doesn't quite work, or this isn't popping enough. What insert? The year to remember. It's actually one we did in the Game Used Sports as well, where it's the 4 swatches. That it looks, once the designers come through and I tell them how I want the swatches to look, where they should be placed on the card. We have really great designers at Leaf, and they just kind of take it from there. I give them in feedback and they come with it, and they make it look just beautiful, I think. So that's usually how it works. It's a team effort, so to speak.
Very nice. You mentioned the foil colors a little while ago. Like, I know some people listening might kind of fight me on this, but I've always loved the different kinds of foils used on your sets. For me, it just, even if it had the additional parallels and just seeing all those different foils, it just, for me, just really, especially on the jumbo sets, it just really just stuck out to me a lot. And I really love that. Like, I know some people were critical, but for me, it's always been something I really loved. And it's really good to see you take the suggestion where, on the stick sets, you mentioned that, okay, maybe we might not use the foil there, but in the other sets, kind of stick to your guns and go with what you know and go with what you're happy to move forward with. It's always cool to see you take both sides, and I think that's really cool. As far as, this next question might be kind of difficult to answer because obviously you built the product and all the cards mean a lot to you. But if you could choose maybe a favorite set, or maybe if there's one card in the product that really sticks out to you being just wow, what card would that be? I know it's tough.
I'm a fan of the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
The look of the cards, just that the eyelids idea. I love that. I probably the set I enjoyed the most with building was the redraft, because for me
Creative.
personally, it allowed me to go back and see, like I said, I grew up following drafts in football and basketball and baseball, but never hockey, and noticing, okay, the hockey draft works a little different because in hockey, generally, it seems like, at least in my perception, used to be was if you're not drafted in the first 5 guys, you're not making it. Then you find out Wall was drafted in the 2nd round, and this guy was drafted in the 3rd round, and like, wow, I never realized that. So that was kind of fun to do that insert, and I enjoy that one. And the some of the triple sign, when you get to the one that looks like Gordie Howe and Bobby Hull, I think those cards are stunning, and some of those have tags on the autos. But the standout one to me might be the jumbo memorabilia, just because where else are you? There's no one else that can offer what we can with skate, pad, trapper, glove, patch, pants. No one has socks. Cam Neely and McDavid have game used sock in that jumbo. You're just not going to find that anywhere else, and especially not on those sizes. We don't. We're pretty generous when it comes to the usage of memorabilia in this product, all of our products. So that one I think was a fun product, the jumbo memorabilia.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the Holy Grail. I mean, we've mentioned them a few times throughout the night already. But obviously that's an insert set that has really garnered a lot of attention so far. And it's kind of, a little bit more unique of an insert set as well. What was the motivation for making that insert set? And as far as the name, how did you, decide on that name?
Good question. For the first part, as I was going through all our memorabilia we have in the warehouse, and I was seeing a lot of guys that we have a lot of the eyelids of, because those are the last things that are cut, because usually you're cutting the middle of the glove outward. So I'm like, wow, this would be cool to use. And then the name Holy Grail comes because most of them all have holes, the eyelid holes, so Holy Grail.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
A pun there, so to speak. But, usually I'll try to look through our box and see, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? And that's where ideas come from sometimes.
Very nice. Yeah, I love that. The Holy Grail. Very, very cool. So the chosen few insert set were usually redemptions, but this year they're not, and they are live in the product. Hopefully we see one tonight. But could you kind of explain the reasoning behind how they're live in the product now, and why they were kind of redemptions before?
Sure. Well, there were redemptions before because you were allowed to choose which one you wanted once you got it. And I set up a little program on my computer where this guy called, he chose it, I knocked it off, sent it to him. The issue we were having was shipping into Canada. A lot of times for last year, we were getting people that were saying, it's coming in. They want me to pay these duties and fees of 3 or 4 hours, something like that. So we just wanted to eliminate that issue. We just said, okay, let's, I love this program, but we're going to switch back to just a normal in the product. Maybe we'll research doing it differently again, try to figure out some shipping methods. But for now, we decided let's put it right in the box. Don't worry about the redemption, because that really, people. I know we're mostly stickers in our product autographs, but I can't remember the last time we had a redemption in any one of our products. The only time is a planned redemption. We don't do redemptions for autographs in the last probably 6 or 7 hockey products. I put in who we have, and that's it. If I don't have them, I don't use them. That's it. I don't do wishful thinking. I've learned my lesson with that. If we don't have a deal with the guy, or even if we think, well, the labels are on the way, I just won't use them, because redemptions are a hassle.
Yeah, they are. And especially with collectors, obviously, nobody likes playing a redemption, but for the chosen few sets, I remember just seeing a bunch of, posts on like Hobby Insider and stuff where people would pull one and see the list of people that they can potentially choose. And it's really cool seeing their own back and forth, seeing who's left on the list and who could they potentially pick. So, a great program, a planned redemption, as you noted, I think are great programs. But yeah, if you're having an issue with shipping, definitely understandable seeing them live this year, coming straight from the pack. So, but yeah, it's good to hear your reasoning behind that for sure.
Yeah, and interesting too with that. now, the collector doesn't have to decide, who you get.
Well, yeah.
You get who you get.
Luck decides for him now.
That's right. That's right. I think that's really all the questions that I have. Is there anything that you have, Aaron, you want to add?
I'm good. I'm just excited to see you rip open this case and pull all these amazing cards we just talked about. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Greg, is there anything else you want to add about the product?
No, as you're opening it, you'll notice, I did this a little bit to have fun with the breakers too out there is, if you pull a chosen few or a holy grail, or let's say a vintage memorabilia, it's not going to be the bottom card this time. Like that would be always the big card. But because every box had an autograph, the autograph is usually in the bottom. And not often, but every now and then, it's rare, but some boxes will have 2 autographs in it. So, but you'll see some cool hits on the very top, some in the middle. I just want to mix it up, have a little fun with it. Because like I said, I build these boxes by hand, just to get better. So you'll notice that a little bit when you're going through them.
Yeah,
Keeps it fresh.
Yeah, that's interesting because I know that in years past, sometimes the vintage mem would be on the bottom, or I think last year they were on the top actually. So just kind of having that variance this year will definitely be interesting. So yeah, I have got the case right here.
Nice.
Finally arrived a little bit after lunchtime today. My boss was kind enough to let me work from home until it arrived so I could be sure to sign for it and not have any difficulties there. So grateful for that and certainly excited to break into it. This is definitely one of my favorite products every single year. I just think the value that you guys put into this product specifically is off the charts every single year. So definitely a huge supporter of the product and always very excited to see what it has, within it every single year. So take out the first box here. And for anyone watching or listening, these cards will pretty much entirely be available. So if you see something that interests you, just shoot us a message or shoot me a message directly, and we'll hopefully be able to work something out and get the card that you want head into your collection. So don't be afraid to ask about anything that you might see. Thank you. Thank you. I know specifically there is one card that I would definitely not entertain moving whatsoever, and that would be the Michel Goulet chosen few card. He's actually a family friend of ours, so if I get that one, I would certainly be keeping that one. So, all right.
So that
first
one comes from the Blackhawks jersey.
Correct. So even better. Even better. All right. First box here. And one thing to note too, these are a little bit different of plastic boxes this year compared to previous years.
Yeah, when you're not using it for cards, you can use it for a football tee.
True, very true. So the first card here, we've got a Ringleaders. It's a pink, numbered 1 of 4.
I'm a fan of those design as well. I like that.
Oh, I love that.
Anderson.
See, like, how could you hate a foil like that? It just it pops. It's beautiful. You can't hate that card.
That was a fun insert.
Yeah, very interesting and unique idea. And the next card, I like this one, being an American. It's a For Your Country purple, numbered 15 of 15 of Brett Hall, Patrick Kane, Jeremy Roenick, and Keith Tkachuk. Very nice.
Solid.
This next one is really nice. We've got our first jumbo memorabilia so far. It's a purple, numbered 5 out of 6, and it's a jumbo pad of Patrick Waugh.
Oh, that's nice. Even the one color pad pieces are so cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pad we have of Waugh is almost all one with like a red down the side. I think it is not not like these guys today who have designs and
like a crazy color pattern or something.
Right.
Yeah, like even a one color. I mean, it's a pad piece. It's cool.
Right.
So I mean, you can't really complain about that at all. Of course, it's Patrick Waugh. So,
and the next one, we've got an iconic 8 purple, numbered out of 15, featuring Wayne Gretzky, Timo Solani, Brendan Shanahan, Pierre Turgeon, Adam Oates, Pat LaFontaine, Doug Gilmour, and Brett Hull.
Love that.
Nice.
Can't complain about those names at all. That's for sure. Especially Gretzky. Beautiful card, beautiful foil. And the final card of the first box is, of course, an autograph. It's a game-used autograph, and it's a blue, which I think these navy blue is what they're called, is the the first year that you guys are doing them.
Right.
It's kind of the base color this year.
Correct.
And it's number 32 out of 35 with a jersey piece of Bill Ranford.
Nice. I know a collector who would want that.
Oh yeah, definitely a
Very nice cards.
few big Ranford collectors out there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So nice start. I really like that Patrick Waugh card.
Might be a goalie box, Eric.
Yeah, there's some goalies in there for sure.
No, on average, in every case as you're going through it, I say on average, but it should be 2 multi-signed, one vintage, let's say, a few 101s, at least one, hopefully, but that's, plate auto or
On average, but I mean, it
the 2
it's
multi-signed. I remember it should be every case.
Okay. Very nice. All right, move on to the next one here. Kind of trying to figure out where to put everything because my desk isn't super big here. All right. See, this is where having the normal podcast format is nice because we can cut out all of this time in between the box openings. But when you're live, you guys gotta wait with me here.
It's part of the process. I'm sure they understand. If they watch
right.
great videos, it is what it is.
I watch great videos all the time. It gives me an idea, how people react to certain things.
Ooh, that's a nice one. All right. Well, we got a good start here for the second box. It's one of those new Year to Remember cards. And it's just a navy blue, numbered out of 35, but it is a beautiful card. And Greg, I'm curious what the material used in here. I'm sure you'll know what it is when you see it, but
must be either Sawchuk or Richard or no one like that.
You may or may not be right. Numbered out of 35, Terry Sawchuk.
Oh man,
that is
that's awesome.
Inner pad, I believe.
Okay.
Inner portion of the pad.
Very
That's
cool.
Nice.
Very nice
Very
card.
cool. Can't argue with that. Definitely is a
No.
goalie box.
And the next one, we've got one of the Passing the Baton cards, numbered 14 out of 30 of Paul Kariya and Ryan Getzlaf.
Nice.
Definitely a cool idea, like you mentioned there earlier. Next one, this is a nice one for sure. I really like these cards over the years. It's one of the In the Game Used gear cards, numbered out of 30, of a guy that's definitely come on the scene a lot over the last few years. And I know we've got a follower on Twitter who very well might want this one, of Jordan Binnington.
Nice.
Nice patch up there in the top right. Very nice.
I'm not sure if it relates to that jersey, but I noticed that sometimes you'll have, an NHL guy, obviously, but you'll use like a junior jersey or something like that, depending on the player. And sometimes like seeing those old swatches that sometimes like might not have been represented on a card before in patch form, or just seeing like something that we haven't seen in quite a few years is always very refreshing. So it's always cool to see those NHL guys come back around with some pre-NHL memorabilia is always really, really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Bennington is certainly an example of that. It looks like it's from the Super Series or the Subway Series.
Oh, nice. Those always make for some nice patches and things like that.
Yeah, actually that top right one almost looks like it might be from the Reebok.
Could be, yeah.
Patch. I don't know, hard to tell, but
it's definitely a CHL. I'll look it up when I get back. It might be the Subway, you're right, but it could actually be his team as well, which I'm not sure if I remember correctly what his junior team was.
Cool. Next one, we've got our first captain's log. It's a blue, blue Spectrum, I think, numbered 5 out of 7 of the Calgary Flames, featuring Jerome McGinley. So Al, you can have this one if you want it. Jerome McGinley, Theo Fleury, Joe Nieuwendyk, and Lanny McDonald.
Calgary Flames represent. Well done.
Very nice. Those are really cool cards. I like how the foil forms a C around the window. Nice touch there.
That's cool.
Yep.
Didn't notice that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Very nice touch there for sure. And finally, this is another nice one. We've got our multi-auto card. It's a game-used autograph dual jersey auto, numbered 7 of 9, of Mike Richter and Ed Jockman.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I certainly know a collector that would be interested in this one for sure.
There's a few. Jacquemin collectors, Richter is always a big fan favorite too. So a lot of a lot of collectors would be after that card. Well done. Another great goalie card.
I know. You would love this case, Aaron.
Oh, I would. I would.
Yeah, that's Sawchuk, man. That's a special card there for sure.
That was a good box.
Yeah, it was.
Very, very nice.
And that dual auto, nice.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. And see, this is why I love this stuff, because even though there were some really good cards in there, like that's almost kind of just par for the course for this product.
Yeah, that's every box is
Very
not
consistent.
a box that has a monster in it, but we shall see.
Yep. You know you're going to get something really good in every single box. And on to box number 3.
I can see you pull a nice triple memorabilia too. Those are nice with the long swatches.
Yeah, I really like the look of those. For sure. We'll see if I get one, but maybe after this next box, if you want to talk about the Gordie Howe jersey that you guys were able to acquire and that is featured in this product, that would be cool. So the first card here, we've got another For Your Country. It's a blue Spectrum, numbered 2 of 7. And definitely some nice names on this one for sure. It's got Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, Ron Francis, and Joe Sakic.
Nice. More Gretzky.
Gretzky number 2.
Gretzky.
Can never complain about Wayne. That is for sure. And right on cue, we've got a triple memorabilia. It's a navy blue, numbered 9 out of 20, of Gilles Gilbert, Grant Fuhr, and Bernie Perrant. And the Fuhr and Perrant specifically, but especially the Perrant, are just amazing pieces there.
Oh, nice. I really like how, those swatches are big, but they don't overpower the card too much. And it just really just works, That's just awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
That Perrant piece is awesome. Awesome card. And moving on to another jumbo card, we've got a jumbo glove, pink, numbered 1 of 4, of Evgeny Malkin.
Nice.
Nice 2-color.
Even with the, the picture of the jersey, like those cards just look really good. Like everything around the swatch just works. So that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Those designs, and it's funny because I was hoping you get some of the Malkins are the logos off the glove and they just stick out like an inch out of the glove. I was hoping to get that one, but those are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of hard to tell. It might, I don't know, hard to tell. But yeah, definitely. There's even just some layering within the black material too. So really nice swatch that is it a picture or just a video doesn't do justice. Moving on, we've got a fantastic franchise of my least favorite franchise in the NHL of the St. Louis Blues. And it's numbered 15 out of 25 with Brett Hall, Alex Pietrangelo, Keith Tkachuk, Jake Allen, Al McInnes, Gary Unger, Bernie Federko, and again, Jordan Binnington.
A lot of memorabilia on there.
Lots. Yep.
Very nice.
That looks like a stick piece on Federko. Does that sound right? Okay.
That is exactly what it is.
Awesome. And then also on cue, we were talking about this guy right before we started breaking. It's a game used autograph blue Spectrum foil, number 2 of 6, with a jersey piece and of course an auto of Guy Lafleur.
Nice.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. So Greg, while I'm putting these away and grabbing the next one, do you want to talk about that Howe jersey?
Sure. Yeah. We, Brian, Brian's always out there looking for memorabilia for me to put in the products. And that one came up in an auction about, I want to say 8 months ago, maybe. And it's just so different. It has his full name on the back, Gordie Howe, which I thought that's great. So I'm going to use some of those letters in Pearl, which is our next hockey product coming up. And I just thought it was fantastic. It's a little pricey, but you have to pay for stuff like that when it doesn't come up that often. And he played how many years on? Was it New England? Yeah,
I believe so. Yep.
Right. And it's just, I thought it was just a cool item. We had to get it. And if something like that comes up again, a player like that, we'll definitely go out and get it. But it was just, we are very active out there in the auction houses and trying to find the memorabilia that we need, because that's one of the main drivers of our products is a cool memorabilia. And that
absolutely.
So that was just, I thought it was a no-brainer to go get that. And you can see the whole, the jumbo patches of Gordy, which is they're not often. There's only maybe 7 total, I believe, of the jumbo patches of Gordy. But he's got a lot of it in the game gear. Maybe you'll pull one of those, the 8 swatch.
Yeah, and even the shoulder patches on that jersey make for some really nice patch
And-
pieces as well. So first card for the next box, we've got another Ringleaders card, and it looks like these are stick pieces. It's a purple parallel, numbered 7 of 9 for the Montreal Canadiens of Jacques Lemaire.
Nice. Those cards are awesome.
Yeah, very unique. Kind of
Love
having the small circular windows like that to mimic diamonds on the ring. Very, very interesting design.
Like, where else would you find cards like that? Especially in hockey, it just isn't going to happen. So it's so cool to see those designs, and it's not a set that, well, I mean, I'm hoping we see it more and more, but it's always cool to see new sets pop up here and there. Very, very nice.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely a cool idea. Next, we've got another For Your Country. It's a purple, numbered 14 out of 15. For Sweden of Borja Salming, Mats Naslund, Håkan Lube, and Anders Hedberg.
Nice.
Definitely some names that they're collected for sure. This next one is definitely a beautiful patch, probably the best patch piece that we've had so far. Of course, jumbo patch. It's a purple parallel, numbered 1 of 6.
The Gregg one.
And I'm assuming this is coming from a Barry Colts jersey of Aaron Ekblad.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
yeah,
Nice.
that's a cool jersey. Very, very
They're
nice.
jumbo now. Nice.
Very, very cool.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of Ekblad fans out there for sure.
Yeah, that's a really nice patch for sure.
Even just the CHL collectors go nuts for this stuff. Just again, back to what I was saying before earlier, just, there's a lot of junior content and junior memorabilia patches like we just saw that you just can't find anywhere else. And that's just a perfect example.
This next one, I'm setting it aside for our friend Kendall, who's been on the show. It's a fantastic franchise, Blue Spectrum, numbered 5 of 7 of the Penguins, with Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Ron Francis, Kevin Stevens, Jaromir Jagr, a 3-color jersey of Evgeny Malkin, which you don't see too often for Penguin swatches, so that's pretty cool. Marc-Andre Fleury, of course, and a guy that I actually know personally, Jean Pronovost.
Nice.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Very cool card there.
All
I'm
that
curious,
Penguin memorabilia.
do you know what the Fleury material is there?
Flurry material is, I believe, that comes from Trapper.
Okay, interesting.
I know we have
Very
we
cool.
have some junior jerseys of him, but we also have a Trapper. We have a glove. We have a few things of Flurry. Nothing Knights. Juniors in Pittsburgh.
Cool. And this last one, again, it could be available, but I would not mind keeping it at all. It's a really nice card. It's obviously an autograph memorabilia card, numbered 8 of 40 of Bobby Hall.
Nice.
And
Very, very
really
cool.
cool how the foil matches the jersey swatch there. Makes it all come together really nicely for that card.
Agreed.
So definitely would not mind hanging on to that one for sure, being a big Blackhawks fan. So another solid box there. Love that Ekblad patch. That's
cool.
awesome.
3 jumbos out of the first one. Are you 4 boxes in?
4 boxes.
Killing
Yep.
it.
Doing good. Doing good. And I mean, again, like, it just goes to show you how good this stuff is. Like, I hit the Sawchuck, but there hasn't been, a massive amount of vintage stuff per se, but every box so far has just been phenomenal.
Delivers.
Yes.
You got vintage coming, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, that would be something. Like I said, if it's not it'll be in the vintage insert. If it's not that, it'll be in the captain's log or another one of the Ringleader has vintage. It's got Richard in it, and it's got Beliveau.
hmm So this will put us halfway with this box number 5. Let's see what we got here. Got another Year to Remember on top. It's a purple, numbered 10 out of 15. And I'm curious again where these ones come from. They look like jersey pieces, but I don't know if they're Red Wings or what they might be, but of Marcel Dion.
Those are the 3 on the red ones are from his actual juniors jersey,
Oh, wow.
and
That's
the
cool.
white
yeah.
most likely from his 1980 All Stars.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Now that you say that, I remember seeing that. I can't remember what product it was from, but it was a kind of like a mega patch that had like a Blackhawks patch, and people were like, "What's that?" Well, it's from his junior jersey, like you said. Very cool. All right, this is a big boy. It's a Passing the Baton Blue Spectrum, number 6 of 6, and you're probably not going to get too much better names than this one, with Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky.
Nice.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Some nice little wear on the Gordie swatch there too. Either stick mark or puck mark or whatever it might be, but definitely cool. And the Gretzky having that kind of old school mesh jersey material is really cool as well. Assuming that's an Oilers jersey, Greg?
That Gretzky, yeah, we used a lot of Oilers in this that we had not much left. We did. And we used some Gretzky glove. If you get a Game Gear, you'll see a lot of different Gretzky on that one. Glove, pants, Oilers.
Okay. Speaking of Game Gear, I know this one will definitely be sought after by the many player collectors of this guy. It's numbered 23 out of 30 of Dominic Hasek.
It's a nice card.
There's a lot of big Hasek collectors out there.
Nice.
You
I
know
like
what
how it's balanced, like the red on each side, and then you got the black up top, and in the middle there. It looks really cool.
True.
Like a nice little color coded, game used card right there.
It's the simple little things like that, right?
It is. It is. Like maybe it's random, but who knows?
True. So we've got a captain's log here, a blue spectrum foil numbered 4 out of 6 for the Detroit Red Wings of Steve Yzerman, Henrik Zetterberg, Nick Lidstrom, and Danny Gare. Very cool. And I said earlier that there was a card I might want to keep, but I might keep this one instead. It's a Champions Club blue, number 3 of 9, of, again, Bobby Hull, but this time it includes Glenn Hall as well.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's a winner for sure.
Awesome Hawks card for me right there.
Very cool card. I like those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably keep that one. I've been wanting to pick up a nice Glenn Hall autograph lately, actually. So this one definitely fits the bill for sure. Assuming that's a Jets piece for
Jets piece,
Bobby.
and then Hall is a Blackhawks.
Okay. Very nice.
You sure know your hockey. That's for sure. For a non-hockey guy, you sure know your hockey.
Looking at it all day. You can only know, you can't do anything but learn, and I'm still learning. It's funny is because we've seen so far some Binnington and there's Pietrangelo in this product, and I had to go. Maybe I have memorabilia of them, and I did. I had to go look through all some of the stuff I set aside as maybe they're not too collectible. Found a couple guys that actually were collectible.
Oh yeah, again, there's a lot of people who collect players that would probably surprise a lot of us. That's for sure.
Yes.
True.
Well,
Speaking of that, are there any? I know obviously the Gordie Howe jersey, like we mentioned, but are there any other memorabilia pieces that stand out to you that are new additions for you guys that might be used in this product?
Not necessarily new additions like the Gordie is. And the Jumbo Mem, Ovechkin skate, which is really cool. Some of them are very cool swatches. We cut an uncut, I believe I want to say Koivu glove, which you'll see some really cool pieces. Guys like that. Some of the Jumbo pieces have stuff that we have just not used before.
For sure.
Ekblad Colts.
That's true.
Yeah. Cool. I'm reading all your comments, guys. It's just hard to answer everything and respond to everything, but I'm seeing them. This is a good start for sure. This is a guy that I was hoping I would get something of. It's a Passing the Baton purple, numbered 6 out of 12. And Matt Kujar, I know you're watching, so if you're interested in this one, just let me know. Of Pelle Lindbergh and Ron Hextall.
Nice.
You got that Lindbergh Sweden jersey relatively recently, didn't you?
Pretty recent, yeah. That was probably right around the same time we got the Gordie.
Okay. Cool. We've got our
This
first
stuff is so cool.
Yeah, for sure. Very collectible too. Got our first Centerpiece card, and these are really just an interesting design, kind of with the die cut circle going through the center. I don't know if I remember seeing anything quite like this before, so definitely kudos for doing something a little bit different and unique there. Number 28 out of 35 of Ron Francis. And I'm assuming those are Whalers pieces.
Whalers pieces.
Being green. I know the lighting is really bad in here, guys. I'm sorry, but
That's good.
we can see it a little bit better there.
That's
Got
so
a-
interesting. That's
Got
so
a light
cool.
over there, but yeah, really cool card. This one is really nice. Got another game used gear. It's a purple numbered 1 out of 15 of Jerry Cheevers.
That's so cool. I love all the white. I know some people will hate that, but the white, with the white cards looks really clean. And then his white mask, obviously with the stitches all over it. Very,
Iconic.
very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
And what material is that, Greg? Do you know?
Cheevers, that is most likely pad.
Okay.
So cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Maybe I'll message you about that one maybe.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, it's a really nice card. Well, 4 of the 6 pieces have really nice texture and like kind of variance and how they're sticking up and stuff. And one has some discoloration as well. And then the top right kind of has a fray in the top right corner there as well. So really nice pieces there for sure. This next one is nice as well. We've got Captain's Log Pink, number 2 of 5, Boston Bruins of Ray Bourque, Wayne Cashman, Zdeno Chara, and Johnny Busick. And I'm curious, is that a glove piece on Busick?
Busick is a skate.
Okay. Very nice. I'm sure there will be some collectors for that with Chara and some of the others. And got yet another multiplayer auto.
Remulti.
This is a good one for sure. It's a Champions Club blue, number 2 of 6, dual jersey auto of Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, I know who this is.
Brian Trottier and Mario Lemieux.
Nice.
Ooh, that is nice. Ooh,
Nice
that's good.
pull.
Wow.
I think that's the
really, really
first.
nice.
I think that's the first time I've pulled a Mario auto. Actually,
Very nice.
That is awesome. Nice,
I feel-
nice yellow piece right there. Oh.
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
That was
That's a
fun
really-
to do just because you don't see a lot of Trottier with Pittsburgh.
true.
And I thought, he won the cup with them one year. I thought that'd be kind of a cool dual autograph when I was putting that checklist together. Because you know how many times, obviously everyone loves to pull Lemieux Yager
Sure.
or Lemieux Barrasso, but I thought Trottier is one of the greatest players of all time, and Lemieux, and it was a fun card, cool card, good
For
pull.
sure.
I enjoy that card.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome.
Remulti
and-
signed the case, very nice.
I know, and I'm only on box 6 here. We've still got 4 more to go. Yeah, I feel like most of the time when I get big hits in the game used, but just in general, I feel like they're kind of more memorabilia based. I feel like this might be the second biggest autograph I've ever gotten. I did get a Crosby a long time ago, but yeah, I don't know that I've never gotten Gretzky. I've never gotten Howe. And Lemieux's right up there. That is for sure. So definitely excited about that one. That was a nice one. All right. On
Good
to
as that is, that might be the big hit in the case.
True.
It's a big one for sure.
Nice one, but there's so many other things in this product. Hopefully you get one of the monsters, one of the vintage.
I hope so. Add some more Vezina memorabilia to my collection.
That would be fun.
All right, on to box 7, I believe here. It's going by quick, but not quite as quick as Vezina collection. That was super quick. All right, got another Centerpiece card, numbered 4 out of 15 of Pat LaFontaine. And curious about what the material is. It looks like just patch.
That is off of his, I believe, also 1980 All-Star jersey.
Okay. Very cool. Very nice. And we
It's always
finally
nice
got
seeing these older all-star jerseys,
yeah.
because the new stuff is kind of like a dime a dozen, but seeing an older all-star jersey is very unique.
We finally got a hockey redraft.
Oh,
And I know when I first heard about this insert set, I thought it was an awesome idea. I really like that concept for sure, because, you know, just like you said, Greg, just going back and looking through old drafts and saying, how did that guy fall that far, you
Right.
know, and kind of just redoing it, you know, as if it was happening today is a really fun idea. And you know, there's a lot of hockey history on this one. It's 1974. So we've got Brian Trottier, Clark Gillies, Mark Howe, Pierre LaRouche, Charlie Simmer, and Danny Gare. A really nice stick piece there on Simmer. Very cool. Aaron, you'll have to give me some contact information for someone you did a deal with fairly recently, because they'll probably want this one. It's another Game Gear, numbered 5 out of 30, with some really nice pieces of Eric Lindros.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
nice. That is really nice.
I'm assuming those
Very
are all-star pieces as well.
Those are all-star pieces, and the two bottom white ones are probably Rangers.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, really nice patches. I like I know there's some Hashik Sabres pieces that have that like really thick silver stitching like that. I just really like that really big and bold stitching like that. Moving on, we've got another captain's log. Oh boy, the last one is nice. Anyway, stay focused on what I've got in my hand. Got a captain's log here. This is, you know, a very nice card in its own right. Purple, number 12 out of 12 of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Got Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, Sidney Crosby, and Ab McDonald.
Nice.
That's nice. That's so cool.
So, you know, Ab
And
McDonald's
old with the new.
or you normally wouldn't use a lot of him, but he fits that bill.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just going to say that. Very interesting name you don't see too often. Is that off of Penguins, or is that a St. Louis Blues? Or
That is St. Louis.
Okay.
Very cool. Like, I don't know if I've heard his name on a card before. like you know, so
He's
cool.
got jumbo patch in this, some pretty nice ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not a name you hear too often. I guess I spoke a little bit too soon as far as big autograph pulls.
Bigger than your Lemieux? Oh,
Oh,
God.
what? Oh man,
Oh,
dude, that is
There
insane.
it is.
Oh, that's such a nice looking card too.
All right.
Oh,
I'll,
it's in the
I'll
background and all that too.
great case.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll have to keep this one for sure.
Yeah, that is
I wasn't
a
expecting that.
Pulling
case
a
hit for
Doherty.
sure. What's the numbering on that?
3 out of 6. It's kind of hard to see
That's still cool.
in this lighting, but yeah. So is that a Houston piece
Yes.
there? Okay.
That is
Very cool.
interesting. That is awesome.
Very cool.
Well done. Congratulations on that.
Oh,
That's-
my goodness. And
Didn't
this
you say
box-
like earlier you've never pulled a Gordy like 10 minutes
Never.
ago?
Never pulled a Gordy.
And you still haven't
Until
pulled
now.
a vintage out of this case.
I know.
My
That's
goodness.
true.
Getting down to it. It's been quite the case.
Where did you get these cases from? This case?
Yeah.
Gregg actually shipped it to me under the table. No, I'm just kidding.
People are gonna think that, but
No, I got it. I get them from Blowout.
oh, wow.
Blowout is
My goodness.
where I get my in the game used, and for good reason apparently.
Very nice.
I'm not
Is
gonna.
this
I mean,
box number 9?
This is box number 8.
8. There should be 3 more.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, good case.
Very,
Well
very
done.
solid. Nice to get some huge autographs like that. I mean, obviously you open this for the memorabilia, but getting those big name autographs is a huge bonus. So can't complain about that. That is for sure. So let's see, on to box number 8. And like you said, we're still looking for vintage.
Looking for vintage and
That's a nice one. Got a Year to Remember blue, numbered 16 out of 35. It looks like we've got a combination of Florida pieces and maybe Canucks pieces of Pavel Bure.
nice.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
Obviously Panthers patches, but
Yes.
not sure on. I'm assuming the black is probably Canucks.
Right. We sent over a Canucks, a Rangers, Florida jersey for him.
Okay. Very
That's cool.
cool.
Probably a mix of all three. That's awesome. Very nice.
Yeah, nice patches for sure. And it's probably hard to see on the video, but the stitching is actually kind of coming out of the card
Oh,
on
yeah.
the one
That's
patch
cool.
there. So that's cool. We've got another hockey redraft, and there's some big names on this one, but Billy, I'm going to give you first shot at this one. It's 1987, number 23 out of 30 of Joe Sakic, Brendan Shanahan, Pierre Turgeon, John LeClaire, Eric Desjardins, and Theo Fleury.
Nice.
That is so nice. That is awesome. There's a lot of Turgeon collectors out there too, which,
Yep.
would probably surprise a lot of people. Very hardcore, but yeah, a lot of good names on there for sure.
Yeah.
So nice.
Trying to show it, but it's two colors on the Sakic. It's blue on top and
Oh, yeah.
black on bottom. So I'm assuming that's an all-star.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. We just bought it recently also. There's a blue, black, and white one. I can't remember what year it was.
Okay. I really like the design of those.
Those
Oh,
are-
here we go. All right, here's the vintage.
Oh, we got the vintage. Yay.
This is a really nice piece. I don't think I've ever had a memorabilia piece of this guy, so I might keep this one too. It's a silver, numbered 4 out of 4. Really interesting piece too, just as far as what's on it. But Aaron, I know that you'll appreciate this one as well, being a goalie fan of
Nice.
Patty Moran.
Nice.
Oh, that is so cool. Is that like it's not an eyelet, but it's circular. It's very,
Right. Patty Moran, I believe we only have pad.
Okay.
okay. So maybe like a place where like a lace
Right.
went through or something, or that
It looks like
Yeah,
it's
he's another one of the guys who we're running low that you won't see
Yeah.
too much.
Okay.
that is a great piece. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Beautiful card.
stunning.
I love the
Very-
design on those.
Yes, stunning design for sure.
I love all the white, and then you have the silver foil there, just so clean. And the
Yep.
vintage, just
Silver and gold.
it's a
That's all
small
there is.
window, but it's great.
Nice. Good pull.
That's awesome.
Well, and with such a clean card like that, it really even just emphasizes that memorabilia piece too. I mean,
Yep.
your eyes are immediately drawn to that memorabilia piece. So
You see the little image behind each guy is like an old school skating on the ice.
oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
very cool. Let's see if you guys can see it there. Yeah,
That
very
is
cool.
so cool.
That's an awesome.
Love that card. That's probably
Awesome.
for me like just the best looking card.
Yeah,
You've pulled. I
Our
mean,
designer
this
did a great
all
job
is
this year
awesome.
with those.
yeah, I would agree.
It's just clean.
Got one here that my buddy Kurt Johnson will like. Kurt, I don't know if you were able to make it tonight or not, but we'll be in touch about this one because I know you probably want this one. It's a fantastic franchise, Blue Spectrum, numbered 1 of 7 of the Minnesota North Stars of
Ooh.
Dino Cicerelli, Brian Bellows, Steve Payne, Bobby Smith, Neil Broughton, Craig Hartsburg, Don Beaupre, and Gilles Malache.
Nice.
Really, really nice.
A lot
Steve-
of nice pieces there.
Nice Steve Payne patch there. And he was an interesting one. I actually pulled one of his letters last year, and I believe that was the first time that he had really been featured in a modern product. So that was cool for sure. It's kind of hard to see, but it's actually a 3-color patch on Payne. There's a little bit of white there in the bottom corner, and of course you have to love the Seals memorabilia for Malache too.
Right.
Awesome stuff. And for autograph, got a once in a generation blue, numbered 5 out of 30. I don't know if I've gotten an autograph of this guy before. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the more underrated goal scorers in hockey history, Luc Robitaille.
Yes, he is.
Very solid.
He pops the uniform.
Yes, certainly does. Kind of funny, growing up, sometimes before hockey games, we would make this chili that we got out of one of those like sports superstar cookbooks, and it was Luc Robitaille's chili recipe. We called it goal scoring chili. So cool to get a card of him for sure. Yeah, that Patty Moran card is just phenomenal. Awesome card.
So you've hit all your averages so far. The multi-sign, the vintage, the 3 jumbos, one of the triples.
Yes. I'm curious while I have it in my hand what the LeClaire material is.
LeClaire is skate.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, it's nice to be able to just ask you. You can see exactly what I'm talking
He's right
about.
there
and-
for ask all the questions you need.
Very convenient. All right, so 2 boxes left. I don't know what I could possibly want more out of it at this point. I feel like I've gotten pretty much everything I could ask for. So,
Well, you got that Gordy. Usually when I put that in the case, that's the monster.
no,
So
for good reason.
I will tell you, the odds of a Holy Grail or chosen few are not likely now.
Understandable.
Gordy, because the vintage. A lot of times the vintage will, if you get a Holy Grail, that's the vintage in the case. Not all the time.
Sure.
Sometimes. I know I put a Holy Grail with vintage quite a few times. You could still get Richard and the other guys in the other vintage inserts.
Okay.
And there's also jumbo autos, which are nice in this too.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen that in this one yet.
Nope. We've got a Ringleaders. Again, I'm curious on the material. I know the one is jersey, but the other one isn't. It's numbered 8 out of 12 of Larry Robinson.
Nice skate.
Okay.
It's probably
Skate.
soft and fluffy.
Yep, it sure is. Skate
Inner
fluff.
padding of the skate.
Very cool. Very cool. This next one's another really nice redraft. I know that Chris Hurd, I believe you're watching right now, and this one is definitely for you. It's purple, number 2 out of 15 of Timo Solani, Mike Modano, Rob Blake, Mark Recchi, Alex McGillney, and Jeremy Roenick.
Nice.
Big names on that thing.
Oh yeah,
Great
quite the draft class there for sure.
Quite the redraft for sure. That's awesome.
All right, so I have to at least ask you, why Solani over Modano?
My reasoning was this, although it ended up probably Modano had the better career, just based off that first year, Solani record setting, I had to keep him at number 1.
Fair enough.
And he's, they both have a cup title, I believe, to their names. But I think if you go by career, Modano probably had the better career. But man, that first year.
Yeah, hard to argue that. That's for sure. Pretty much interchangeable at the top of that draft class for sure, though. Really nice Game Gear card here, number 20 out of 30. I'm assuming probably some type of pad piece and then 3 jersey pieces of Ron Hextall.
Yep, jersey and pad.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's not leather. It's kind of like, not sure exactly what the material is, kind of more fabric-y.
Right.
Like,
I believe if I remember right, it's the side of the pad.
Okay. Very cool. And Gordy apparently did not count for vintage.
Oh, you mean the patty?
Well, I mean, he did, but yeah, I guess beat the odds.
Nice.
We've got a really nice Captain's Log red, numbered 1 of 3. I believe I've pulled some of these guys before, but I know I've pulled 3 of them, and I don't think I've pulled the other. So the 3 that I've pulled are Dit Clapper, Hap Day, and Charlie Conacher. And then the last one is Newsy Lalonde.
Whoa.
Oh, dude.
You can still get
that's
another vintage if
solid.
it's from another themed insert.
Right.
So those are a different mix. So
Okay.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I told you though,
cool.
you can easily get 2 to 3 vintage in every case.
That is solid. A quad though. Oh, and then the red on there just looks so good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well done.
Very cool. So do you know what those materials are?
Newsy you say Newsy's on there?
Correct.
He's pants. Conacher is pants.
Hap Day
Hap Day is glove,
and Dit Clapper.
and Dit is skate.
Okay.
That's
Very
cool.
cool.
Like, you literally can't find that anywhere else.
No.
It's just, you guys are like, if a museum started making cards, right? Like that's what you guys would be. It's just insane.
And I do want to say that's how it kind of works. If you'll get usually a couple of vintage a case, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, but they'll be spread out among different inserts. The
Sure.
main vintage insert is usually just 1 a case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's nice. Can't beat that.
That's an amazing card. Certainly was not expecting that at this point, but yeah, phenomenal. Then last one. This is another guy that you don't see too often. It's a autograph memorabilia, number 6 of 15, purple, of Stefan Lebeau.
Very nice. For a second, I thought you were going to say Jonas Enroth, but that's okay.
No one wants
about that another
No one wants that.
time.
Those a couple.
It's all right.
True. That's true. Yeah, if for whatever reason someone was dumb enough to put Jonas Enroth in any product at this point, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If I got an Enroth, it would certainly be going to a certain someone that we all know and love. So, all right, and final box.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I think he's in Pearl, but I'm not quite sure if you guys got
I
him into
believe
Pearl.
he's going to have a shield in Pearl.
Okay, so if he's in there, that'll be really cool.
You know, what's
There you
funny is
go.
you mentioned Pearl is not, well, Pearl's the next product, but in our next product after that, which will probably be Superlative Hockey, we bought the jersey that Justin Timberlake wore in the Love Guru with the Kings jersey.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
have
because he was a
patches and
goalie in that.
There'll be a Justin Timberlake NHL shield in
That is
in
honestly
Superlative Hockey, so it's kind of interesting.
so cool. Like I could see a bunch of just fans coming out of the woodwork, hockey fans, just celebrity fans
Right.
going nuts for that card. So that, if it goes to auction, will be incredible. Just awesome.
It's a cool jersey.
Yeah, very unique too. Don't see things like that. All right. So, like I said, our final box here, pretty much whatever comes out of this is gravy, I feel like, at this point. Can't really think of anything we're missing out on, like you said. Well, that's a good way to start. All right. I should just keep my mouth shut. We've got another centerpiece card, and this would certainly fall under the vintage category. Really intrigued as to what these pieces are. I'll let you
Another
explain.
vintage. Wow.
It's jersey numbered 4 out of 7 of Jean Beliveau.
John
Nice.
Beliveau. That's definitely, from what I remember correctly, inner skate.
Okay.
That's cool.
Because if
Yeah.
you go under the skate, there's this hard bottom. It's the bottom, like the foot part of the skate.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, those
We
are,
have them take off the sole. Then
Mhm.
underneath is this hard stuff right before it meets the blade.
Yep.
that is
and the-
interesting. That is so
this-
cool.
The string stuff,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Very unique pieces. You don't see things like that.
That's what I mentioned. You get these guys are in all the inserts.
And we've got another really nice year to remember. This one's a Silver Spectrum 1 out of 2. Actually, I don't think we got a 1-of-1 yet. So
No, you
who
didn't.
knows?
You're right.
There's still 3 cards left after this, but haven't gotten one.
But there might not have been with the Gordy and the
True.
Probably
Bottom
didn't get played.
bottom two, I am assuming are Penguins pieces. I'm curious of the other two, but a year to remember, Silver Spectrum 1 of 2, like I said, of Jaromir Jagr.
Solid.
Okay. The one on the upper left, I believe, is his international jersey,
Okay.
and the one on the right's Dallas.
Okay. That makes sense.
Nice. So a nice check piece.
Yes,
Very
check
cool.
piece. That's it.
Check piece, yeah. And those are both patch materials in case anyone's curious. And then the bottom
Very
two are
nice.
obviously jersey pieces.
That's pretty much a 1-of-1. It's a 1 of 2 Yager.
yeah,
Close. Very nice.
exactly.
In most cases, to get a plate auto, but like I said, you got the Gordy and Lemieux. I probably said no more for that case. Because I'll do that when I'm building a case. I think it's a super strong case. I'll put aside the 101 for a case that maybe isn't as strong or can use it, and I'll switch out cards here and there.
For sure.
Happens all the time.
We got another pretty sweet Game Gear, very apparent what everything here is, of Billy Smith. Got 3 Islanders pieces there,
Nice.
and then 3 pad pieces, I'm assuming.
Actually, I think for Billy
There's-
Smith, there's a glove.
Glove, okay. Yep,
Very cool.
very cool. Cool to get all 3 of the Islanders colors too.
That's nice.
Very, very nice. Numbered out of 15. Next, we've got an iconic 8 Blue Spectrum. It's number 2 out of 7. And this will be our final goalie card of the case. And it features Billy Smith, Don Beaupre, Rajon Lemlin, Andy Moog, Grant Fuhr, Pat Riggin, Gilles Meloche, and John Van Beesbrook.
Nice.
Definitely some names you wouldn't hear other than maybe in Masked Men.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
true.
Yeah,
That was
like-
awesome.
I like to think I'm very knowledgeable about the history of the game, and I've never heard of Pat Riggin, so that's a new one for me.
I'm sure someone's heard of him out there.
Yeah. Pretty solid
Okay.
goal, I think, for Washington for about a few years.
Very cool.
But
I'm sure Bruce knows all about him, right? Is
Very
the
nice.
Fuhrer pad piece there?
Yes.
Very cool. Looks
Actually,
like-
that Fuhrer could be a glove.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, everything else looks like jersey, but very cool goalie piece there for sure. And great way to finish off the case. Like I said, Chris Hurt, I know you are watching, so hit me up on this one. I assume you want this one. It's a Blue Spectrum Game Used Auto Jersey, number 3 out of 5 of the Finnish Flash Teemu Selanne.
Oh, nice ending.
Oh, great way to end it off.
Good auto
Love
case.
the look of those cards.
Great
Yeah,
auto case. Really
yeah,
well.
a lot of really strong
No, it's funny, I'm
autographs.
trying to remember back. I wish I could remember every box I hand built. That definitely screams of one like, yeah, I pulled something out of that case to put another one because it's just too much auto.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
and
I mean-
Timu's auto is classic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good case.
Yeah, getting Selanne and 2 Bobby Halls, Glenn Hall, Mario.
Sent you a nice one.
Pretty, no big deal.
Thomas Finch, nice one.
That's a real nice case. Yeah, not much
Well
other
done.
to say than wow. I mean, there's a lot of awesome pieces. I mean, that's super unique. You don't see stuff like that every day, that's for sure. Yeah, awesome case. I love that vintage captain's log. That's a super sweet card. Man, yeah, I don't know if I could pick a favorite. I mean, there's a lot of really nice cards that it's hard to pick. I mean, the Patty Moran is really clean, like we all said, and that quad is really nice. The Gordy is awesome. Lots of awesome stuff for sure. Is there anything that you guys want to say about?
My vote's for the Moran. That vintage piece is just awesome. The card looks great. It's clean. It's vintage. It's everything that kind of in the game represents, that new school mixed with old school. That's my vote.
Like that. I love that card. I love that Lemieux Trottier only because, like I said, if you collect Lemieux, you probably have most of the stuff. There's not too much Lemieux Trottier out there dual. So it gives you another card to put in your collection if you're a Lemieux fan. It's just something different.
Very true. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we can all say that's definitely a pretty strong case there for sure. And again, like I said earlier, even though I got some really nice cards, there wasn't anything just like mind-boggling wild, like a Vesna or Cyclone Taylor or anything like that. That's just what this product is. This is the kind of stuff you get out of Leaf in the Game Used. That's what you get. So
There's not many sports you can get one of the greatest players of all time who's been dead for 3 years to have an autograph.
That's true too. Very true.
We have got a lot of guys like that, Milt Schmitz and the Ted Lindsays and Pierre Pelot. But yeah, to get a guy like that, Gordy auto, it's fantastic. I love seeing that.
Yeah, doesn't get much better than that. That's for sure. Is there anything else that you would want to say about the product, Greg, after seeing some of the cards? Does anything trip your memory about something?
Like I said, as you're going through boxes, and that's I try to take time because it takes a while to build these boxes. It's fun to see how it kind of comes together in a case situation.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember going back in the case saying, well, this case is super strong. I'm going to pull a card out. Like there might've been a 101 plate auto in there or a 101 patch. Say, I'll save this because I'll see a case where like, oh, this case could use more. And I'll have a set of cards just sitting aside. Say, okay, let's dress it up with this card and switch it out. I have that luxury that other companies don't, that when we hand build our products, we can sit there and say, this doesn't feel strong enough to me. This feels over the top. Let's even it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
No machine's doing it. I think that gives us a little bit of an advantage in terms of how to give value to each box.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, maybe with the exception of the big time vintage hits, I feel like pretty much every box is, like you said, very consistent in terms of the value that you're getting. You can pretty much expect that no matter what you're getting, you're going to get your money's worth out of every single box of this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I am very much a vocal advocate of this product. And, I think after seeing 10 boxes of it, I think, hopefully you guys, can see that for yourselves as well. Obviously, Greg, that, and Aaron, I think you're on the same page there too. But yeah, I love opening this product every single year. I think this is the 3rd time I've opened a case of it, and love doing it every single year, and certainly plan on doing it again in the future for sure. And I'm excited to see what the future has in store for the product. And I think that's really all I have to say about the product. in terms of other stuff that Leaf's got coming down the pike, is there anything interesting coming up that you want to talk about, Greg?
Pearl Hockey is the next hockey release we'll have, which is going to be, I think it's beautiful. The designs are done. We've already saw the order form. It's sold out. After that will be Superlative. And then possibly a new release. Have to see how things go. And, we'll get back into our mix of probably Lumber Kings or stick work, lumber hockey, I should say, or stick work. Ultimate hockey, which is always fun. And we'll go from there. But yeah, we've got some fun stuff coming out. We keep purchasing some memorabilia, trying to get some autograph deals done. Pearl Hockey's got a good amount of multi-sport in it as well. It's mostly hockey, but you'll see some cool multi-sport. And there's autographs in the hockey product of Montana and Griffey and Pele and mixed cards, champions of the year and all that stuff like that. So it'll be fun. Someone mentioned to me today on one of the, I think Facebook, maybe on your thread, about what he didn't like that there was no Letterman this year in the game used. And I explained that we did the jumbo memorabilia this year to mix it up, and Letterman will be all over the place in Pearl.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I really liked those letter cards last year. I got I think I got 4 of them in my case last year. Just awesome cards. Beautiful.
Yeah, I like letters too, but we have to pick and choose which one this year, and they go to Pearl.
Yep. Well, can't argue with those jumbo memorabilia. I mean, that Ekblad patch was spectacular. So, yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it for this. Greg, we really appreciate you coming on. I know it's obviously outside of your office hours, so we certainly appreciate you being willing to do this and take the time. So thank you so much, and be careful out there and all that wild snow you got down there.
Best of luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the episode. Aaron, is there anything else that you wanna talk on, or?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm settled. Like that was just that was really good. That was solid. So now that Gregg has left, pretty much like everything's been said, but just an awesome case. Like I didn't want to take up too much of his time, but you mentioned it a couple minutes ago, just the consistency that you see in not only in the game used, but just all of Leaf's hockey offerings. This isn't a plug for them, I promise, but it's really cool seeing it in case format. I know that you did do this very same product last year, but just seeing again, like seeing it live and seeing box by box what you received, and of course, the patty was unreal. You just saw every box gave you something, and like as a listener, I'm sure it's awesome to see these hits. But as someone who's obviously invested into a case, it's always nice to see you get that fun factor, but also that potential resale value that you're gonna have fun, but also not lose a ton of money. And I think that's very important. And obviously the hobby is not about the money, but when you're plunking down money on a case, there is definitely that financial aspect for most people. I mean, I can't speak for every single collector, and there definitely is some high rollers out there that can spend money on cases and not really care. But it's really nice to see when you invest in a case, you pull some decent cards out of every single box, and it gives you that fun factor, but also that, like I said, that resale value. So that you can go in there, the next product with that confidence, I guess you could say. So amazing hits. It was just really cool seeing you open it, and depending on the offers, we might have talked about that Cheever card. It's very cool. But I'm good, for this product. But how was your experience just opening it?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I said, this is my 3rd time opening a case of it, but outside of the years of opening a case, I have opened a box of it, I think every single year, except for 1 year I took off ever since Leaf started making in the game used back in 2015. So I've opened it every single year, except for, I think it was maybe 2018. I think it was somewhere around there.
But you're still very well versed in this product and what it offers, and seeing it change throughout the years, no matter, the changes it goes through. It's solid. from front to back. It's just solid. So whether you go in on a case, as we just saw, or even if you're in it for a box or two, it's phenomenal. The potential for the big hit is there, but also even if you get like a weaker box, it's still going to deliver and give you some great content, whether it is vintage, which doesn't last forever, or even the common, I guess you could say, modern players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's, we've mentioned it many times on this episode, but that's what you have to really keep in mind about products like this is me opening a case of this stuff. It's not like, oh, I got the Gordy Auto. Well, the rest of the case is not going to be worth opening.
Right.
Every
Like,
single box, you're
balanced.
getting your money's worth, no matter what. You don't have to get a huge card in every single box in order for it to be worth it. And that's why I love this stuff so much. One question I just wanted to address, I see that Daniel, you asked, and said that you missed the beginning of the break and asked if we'll be posting pictures. A lot of this stuff is probably going to be posted on eBay in the near future, but also you will be able to just rewatch this video, I believe, once we're done. It should be right back up on our page after
on Facebook. And we're going to upload it to the podcast platforms as well, so you can hear and kind of see. Well, if you missed it, visually, you can hear about what we got. So that's and see, obviously, Eric's eBay. So
yeah, and YouTube too. I think I should be able to download the video off of Facebook and then put it on YouTube as well. So even if you missed part or all of the break, and you're just tuning in now, you will be able to go back and see exactly what happened and see the cards as I was pulling them. So very good question. I did mean to mention that earlier in the show. So thank you for asking that. Obviously, there's a lot of you guys that are asking about certain cards or, just commenting on certain cards. Like I said, for some of them, like the one with the Ginla Al, that's got your name on it. We'll be in touch. The one with Flurry, Kendall, we'll talk about it. Chris Hurt with the Solani stuff, we'll talk. So don't be too worried. I'm not going to just be offering those up out of nowhere. You guys will get your fair shot at those for sure. And Aaron, we can talk about the Cheevers. If you want it, we'll figure something out. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it for this episode. I don't think there's really too much else that I would want to ask, or add. So Aaron, do you want to go into those interactive questions that we usually ask at the end of each episode?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have their thoughts on this product, but also this, like on Leaf, but also this product specifically. But like, we just want to know your thoughts on in the game used this year, and as far as it pertains to Eric's case break. For some, it might be obvious, like others, it might surprise us. But what was your favorite card in Eric's case break? And we're definitely going to be posting these everywhere. And just a quick shout out to our podcast on Apple. If you want to just give us a 5-star rating on that, it'll definitely help us climb the ranks. And so if you just go over there and just, hit a quick review rating there for 5 stars, it takes 2 seconds. That would be awesome. Definitely helps us out. And yeah, that's it for me. And I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it. It was our first live, podcast episode. And we're hoping you guys enjoyed it. And obviously with the twists and turns with shipping, we had to reschedule a new date kind of on the fly, but definitely I'm excited for you guys to join as well. And obviously those listeners who are going to catch on at a later date once this is uploaded. Yeah,
absolutely. For those, I guess you're not listening right now if you normally listen on a podcast platform, but yeah, it will be up pretty soon, but probably not until later in the week. I want to focus on getting this stuff scanned and into hands of the collectors that deservingly should have them in their collection.
Understandable.
So, that's one thing that people have asked me about is, why do you open this stuff if you just, want to trade or sell it later? Well, one, like we said, kind of the value, I enjoy the experience of opening the product and pulling cards like this, and then being able to take those funds and put it into my collection. It's not like I'm just selling this stuff and then just doing whatever with the money. The money's going right back into my PC. So, it's just a really good way for me to have the fun of experiencing cards like this that, you know, a lot of them I would never just pick up for my own collection. So being able to pull them and enjoy them for a little while is just a really cool and different experience for me. But another thing, you know, that's really important to me that I really enjoy doing is finding the right home for a certain card. You know, like I've said, you know, the Aginla card, I want that card to be in Al's collection. The card with Florian, I want that to be in Kendall's collection. That's just, you know, we're both player collector guys. So if I see a card, you know, that features a certain player and I know, oh, so-and-so collects that guy, I'm going to do what I can to make sure that they, at the very least, have a fair shot at that card. You know, who knows, maybe Kendall already has the full rainbow of all those cards and he doesn't need it. Wouldn't surprise me. But, you know, I at least want him to, you know, have a fair shot at that card, because I think that the collection that, you know, he's assembled, and, you know, for these other collectors that they've assembled of their players, they deserve that shot, you know, at the card. So finding a good
That's
home,
fair.
finding a good home for these cards is something that I really enjoy doing. It's not always easy, because sometimes, you know, there are players that a lot of different people collect and you almost kind of have to choose.
A lot of competition,
But
especially with Leaf in their combos. There's a lot of competition.
yes, for sure. It can get challenging, but you know, it's definitely a fun challenge. And you know, it's even with my case last year, I still have some of those cards left. And even just in the last month or two, I was able to find good homes for a few of the ones that are left. I think I have maybe 5 cards left from that case. So 45 out of the 50 cards have moved on to new and better homes, which is awesome. So, you know, and I enjoy having the cards that I have left. You know, there are a few really nice cards. I got a vintage memorabilia sixes card of the Canadians that had Beliveau and Richard, etc., numbered out of 2. Still have that card. Not that I'm glued to it forever, but you know, it's kind of one of those cards that's like, if you don't get the right value for it, you know, the right price, the right
It's not
trade,
a bad card to keep, you know.
exactly.
It's not a bad card to keep. So
yeah, you can.
That's awesome.
Yeah, can't complain about stuff like that in your collection. So yeah, I'll definitely spend a lot of time tonight scanning these and thinking about you know, which I might want to keep, or, you know, trying to figure out who's best for them. But yeah, I think that's really pretty much going to do it. Appreciate everyone that's watching right now and tuned in. Hopefully the live episode was, you know, something different and nice change for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think it went, you know, fairly well technically. I don't think we had too many issues. You know, it's definitely different than our normal format. Definitely not as clean. You know, even in this sentence right now, I said probably like 5 times, and normally I would edit all that out. But you're
Not a
getting
big
to
deal.
experience all the ums and uhs and all that. So yeah, we really do appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been an episode that we've been looking forward to for a really, really long time, just because, you know, I don't open stuff that often. It might not seem like that. You know, over the last month, I've done a lot of expensive boxes, but this is not the normal for me at all. You know, I'm kind of the guy that just opens this stuff every single year, and maybe I'll open Upper Deck 1 or 2 here and there, and that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not a big box breaker, so being able to open a case of anything is really exciting. This is the 5th case I've ever opened. So, you know, which to some people, that's a lot. To some people, it's like, oh, I do that every week. Like, what's the big deal? But, you know, it's hard to beat opening boxes of cards. It's just fun. So really happy that you guys were able to join. For those that, you know, are still watching, or, you know, watched a little bit earlier in the night. And I think that's really going to do it for the night. So again, thanks for watching. Please be sure to follow us on social media if you're not already. Obviously, if you're watching this right now, you're on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, just like the page while you're there. We can be found.
Well.
Exactly. You're already there, so you're not going out of your way at all. We can, of course, be found on Facebook, as well as Instagram and YouTube at Centerpiece Cardcast, and on Twitter at CICC. Please also be sure to subscribe to the show on your podcast platform of choice to make sure you never miss a future episode. Until next time on Centerpiece Cardcast, keep collecting those hockey cards.